Welcome back to another episode of Teaching Math. In the last video, I told you what squaring a number meant and what a square root was. In this video, I will teach you how to work with quadratic formulas. They work almost the same as linear formulas, but there are a few things you need to be careful of. So, without further ado, let's start on paragraph 2, quadratic formulas. A quadratic formula is a formula that contains a square. So y is x squared is the most basic formula I can think of. If I want to evaluate this formula for x is 4, I get y is equal to 4 squared. This gives me 16 as our answer. And if I evaluate this formula for x is 7, I receive 49. Other times the formulas are slightly bigger, such as the formula a is equal to n squared plus 2. In this formula, a represents the amount of dots in the figure and n stands for the number of that picture. As you can see, with each picture the amount of dots increases. To calculate the amount of dots in picture number 5, we evaluate the formula for n is 5. This will give me the line a is equal to 5 squared plus 2. We calculate the line using the order of operations and receive 27 as our answer. Another formula is y is equal to minus 2x squared plus 20. If I evaluate this formula for x is 3, I get y is equal to minus 2 times 3 squared plus 20. Using the order of operations, squares multiplying additions, we receive 2 as our answer. So far, so good. Nothing strange, nothing too difficult. The problem occurs when we need to evaluate a quadratic formula for a negative number. Let's get back to the first formula. If I need to evaluate the formula for x is minus 4, then this would be incorrect. Because if I were to calculate this, my answer would be minus 16. While it has to be a positive 16. That's because the square stands above the x, so I have to calculate the square of the number I substitute for x, which is minus 4. And minus 4 times minus 4 is equal to 16. To make sure you calculate the correct answer, place brackets around the variable if you evaluate the formula for a negative number, like this. Continuing where we left off, if we evaluate this formula for x is minus 1, we get y is equal to minus 2 times minus 1 squared plus 20. The square of minus 1 is equal to 1. Minus 2 times 1 is equal to minus 2. And minus 2 plus 20 is equal to 18. Most of the time, using the additive inverse of a number should give you the same answer. For y is equal to 4x squared minus 10, if I evaluate this for x is 3, I get y is equal to 4 times 3 squared minus 10, which is equal to 26. If I evaluate this for minus 3, I get y is equal to 4 times minus 3 squared minus 10, which is also 26. However, this is not always the case. Let's take a look at the formula b is equal to x minus 6 squared plus 1. If we need to find b when x is 4, we get b is equal to 4 minus 6 squared plus 1, which is equal to 5. But when we fill in minus 4, we get b is equal to minus 4 minus 6 squared plus 1, which is equal to 101. So always be sure to calculate your answer. Never just assume it to be a certain answer. When you need to calculate the square of a decimal, you are allowed to use a calculator. The same goes for really big numbers. I mean, come on, who can do the square of 231 mentally?
Het kwadraat van 231, dat is 53, 361.
In the next episode, I will teach you how to make use of these quadratic formulas and turn them into quadratic graphs. Keep practicing those formulas until you've mastered them. I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye!